Hey, Teddy K here for the Best Buy blog, and in this video review, we took a look at the Samsung Galaxy Book2 Pro 360. That's a lot of words. And you get some very incremental improvements for it. So this is the Samsung Galaxy Book2 Pro 360. Still a mouthful. But yeah, this laptop, if you're looking at this as an upgrade, like the potential to upgrade, I'll give you one reason why you might consider it off the bat, which is the memory. So in Canada, for reasons that are still inexplicable to me, Samsung decided to only come out with a configuration that would have 8 gigs of RAM in the previous version. Finally, they saw the light and didn't do that this time around, so you can find one that is in 16 gigs or maybe even higher. That alone might be a reason to upgrade. It all depends on what it is you need to do. Now, other than that, you're gonna find there's a whole lot of familiarity to this. I tested the last version and I tested this one, and a lot of times it felt to me like I was using the same machine. Okay, granted, there are a couple things that are different. For example, we do have a different Intel Evo chip underneath that is running things, making it a little faster. Of course, this is the chipset that is made more so for ultra portable laptops. It's really made for efficiency as opposed to speed and power. So if you're looking for a laptop that's got that has the guts, if you will, to become like a gaming machine or a content creation powerhouse, like you're doing a lot of video editing, things like that, I don't know that this is it. Bear in mind also that we still have the same 15.6 inch, because this is the version I was using, 15.6 inch AMOLED panel in a 1080p resolution. So if you want something in 2K or 4K, again, this isn't going to be it. So there are some trade-offs there that you have to consider, and that's one thing that really kind of struck with me here, is that I thought Samsung might push this just a little bit, given that this is such a premium device for them, that they would push it just a little bit to see if maybe they would sort of tailor it towards content creation or higher productivity. Instead, what I got coming away out of this is similar to last year, where I just felt like this is the kind of laptop that you get when you want to do different things. Like you're sort of in a mixed use situation. So you're doing a lot of browsing, you're doing some word processing, maybe some office type work. Then you want to watch some video, maybe you're editing photos. You're kind of doing a little bit of a lot of things, as opposed to using it for one very specific purpose, particularly when it comes to anything that's really graphics intensive. So that's why I mentioned video editing or gaming earlier, because the graphics chip here, I mean, it's integrated graphics, it's not discrete. So again, you're kind of playing from behind if you're looking for a laptop that can do those things for you. It's kind of a shame in a way, because the battery life is awesome. I mean, I was getting 17 hours easy with this laptop on mixed usage. That's really good. And for that reason, that's why I feel like as a mixed use laptop, it's actually probably the better bet, simply because if you were to do all those things that I mentioned earlier, you would probably be using this for like 2 days before you need it to charge. But then again, I mean, you're going to leave it plugged in, and of course you have the same ports as before. So 3 USB-C ports, one of them is Thunderbolt 4. You can charge the laptop on any one of the 3. The micro SD card and the headphone jack are also back. It's exact same port layout of the version last year. Nothing has really changed. So the speeds, the feeds, all that stuff is there. The charger that comes with the laptop you can use with a phone or a tablet as well. It will fast charge them, especially if it's a Samsung device. So if you're traveling and you have a Samsung phone with you along with this, you can pretty much just bring the one charger and you'll be fine. Now, given that this is, of course, the 360, we can always flip it back all the way, and it also comes with the S Pen. So this thing also changes things up a little bit, but it kind of made me think, much like I did last year. So I was working on some photos in Lightroom with the pen, again, as I am, want to do when it comes to using a laptop like this, especially one that, or even a tablet that has a stylus with it. I like the precision. The precision is great. The screen is beautiful. Despite the fact that it's a lower resolution, it is a really nice panel. And watching video on it was an absolute pleasure. So was working on photos. So I enjoyed that part of it, and I feel like the pen has utility that way. You don't have to you don't have to flip it up all the way and then to be able to use it with a pen. You can use the pen at any time. It is a touch screen at all times. So there is some benefit to, like, you know, you're kind of angling it like this, right? Like if I'm, you know, if I'm putting it like this, I can sort of look at things, and it just, I like the flexibility. Always did. I liked it last year. I like it this year. Moreover, I also like that the front-facing camera has been upgraded, so it's not 720p like it was before. It's now a 1080p front-facing camera. Really, really good if you're doing video or any kind of conferencing on here. The quality's nice and it's quite stable. So again, if you're doing conferencing and you want to sort of position the laptop a certain way, you have a lot of flexibility in how you can do that. Now, I am going to gripe about a couple things. One is going to be the keyboard. So the keyboard is the same, which is to say that we still have that really short shift key on the left side, which I couldn't stand. And then we have the shorter key travel. So this is a very shallow 1 millimeter of key travel. So when you're typing on it, you're going to notice that very, very early on, I think, much like I did. That's the same thing as last year. This is the exact same keyboard. So nothing has changed. The fingerprint sensor on the power button, to me at least, is a little more responsive this time. You may find there's no difference, or you may notice a difference as well. I don't know. I feel like that could be a little bit subjective, but I didn't like it too much last year, and I feel like it's better this time around. The speakers are the same. So I felt like last year the sound wasn't as loud as I felt it could be, especially for the size of the laptop. No change there. It is the exact same volume as far as I can tell. It doesn't appear like Samsung's really changed anything. Again, good sound, AKG tuned speakers, but they don't go as loud as you might think for something this size. So there's that. And then I think the trackpad's nice. I felt the touch sensitivity was a little bit high. You can always adjust that though. And other than that, I mean, you know, it's a super lightweight laptop for its size, which is really good. Very easy, very transportable. You know, so there's things to appreciate with that. Granted, okay, yes, when you're handling it, I mean, you know, this is a very nice body, but it is a fingerprint magnet, and it's going to be that no matter which color you get. Okay, this is the graphite, but it also comes in silver and burgundy. Burgundy is very nice, by the way. But it's going to be a fingerprint magnet. Like, it's just going to get smudged. It's going to be, you're going to be cleaning it constantly if you want it to look you know, nice and pristine. So that's it. I mean, other than that, this is what you get. Samsung has basically made a laptop that has been tweaked just a little bit to make it a little more current, a little more modern, but that's it. Other than that, it's very much the same machine as last year. So if you're looking to upgrade, as I said at the jump, it would be for the RAM primarily, maybe for the front-facing camera, but that's about it. Otherwise, the main components, other than the processor, really, are the same. The screen, the keyboard, the trackpad, the ports. I mean, the battery life is obviously better this time, but most of it is just the same. And so if you're gonna upgrade, I feel like you need to have a good reason to upgrade. Maybe you love the machine and you want that little extra from it, then I can understand. If you're new to Samsung laptops, I highly, highly recommend that you play around with this. Go to a store, feel it, touch it, work, you know, just kind of get a feel for what it's like before you take the plunge, just in case it's not what you're looking for. And that's my review of the Samsung Galaxy Book2 Pro 360. For the Best Buy blog, I'm Teddy K. Thanks for watching.